I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on.
This is Radlandia, the ultimate skate utopia. An island where even the trees are skateable. Legend has it that Radlandia was created by 5 immortal skate gods. These celestial skatriarchs carved the mountains, grinded the deserts, and kickflipped the beaches, forming 5 mighty districts, one area each to represent their own versions of skate paradise. When the skate gods' work was done, they pulled the biggest airs and ascended to Nirvana. Here they waited for a skater who could master each of their 5 skills with a steez that is true and a style that is both sick and gnar. Eventually, a skater was appointed as their representative in Radlandia. A skate wizard, a master of the 4-wheeled stunt wood. The job of a skate wizard is paramount to Radlandia. They must maintain balance between Nirvana above and the spirit of skateboarding in Radlandia itself. But skate wizards are a rare thing. Maybe once in a generation? The current skate wizard, Chiffon, now approaching retirement, is on a search to find her replacement. Someone who can achieve true mastery, impress the gods, and keep Radlandia balanced like a skater on a board. And so, with the help of her crew, Mike, Suze, and a man that everyone just calls Dad, Chiffon is running tryouts for the next skate wizard. Could you be the one?
As you can probably guess, the story is mostly window dressing, but we rather appreciated the goofy culture showcased in the narrative beats of OlliOlli World. You were followed around on your epic quest by a small group of fellow skaters and enthusiasts who are there to support you in your trials and often check in with them before and after each level. Additionally, each region of the world has some locals who help point you in the direction of the resident god and challenge you to skate in various locales. Your trek through Radlandia thus has a summery, upbeat, and carefree vibe to it, as literally everyone loves skating and they orient their lives around it. Sure, your quest is important, but it's really just an excuse for your character to roam around the world with their pals and find new hills to bomb. Gameplay in OlliOlli World takes the form of side-on, auto-scrolling skating. Each level presents you with a gauntlet of stairs, hills, green rails, and quarter pipes, and your goal is to not just make into the end without slamming, but to do so with as much style as possible. Tricks are input by simply rotating the left stick, and you earn points for every trick you successfully pull off, with the more difficult and dangerous stunts earning you higher score values but requiring some much fancier stick twirling. Most importantly, pulling off more tricks in one continuously chaining combo will up your score multiplier, which will earn you that many more points when you finally land. It's also worth taking some time to ruminate on the absolute tremendous presentation. The first 2 games certainly didn't look bad, but this fanciful new adventure times art style gives OlliOlli World a wonderfully distinct identity. From the Santa Monica Pier-inspired Sunset Valley to the dusty waste of Burnt Rock, the world feels alive as you rush past sleeping banana people and fly over giant frogs, riding on the back of bees. The background and details never get so busy that they distract you. Yet there's a lot to take in on the wide shots to make each level that much more enjoyable. If you fail, however, and wipe out on an obstacle, you lose all your points from that combo and either get kicked back to the last checkpoint or the start of the stage. This leads to an interesting risk-reward system, as there's a constant tension between landing your combo and banking the points versus keeping it going to push the multiplier higher and running the risk of making nothing on if you mess up. This high score focus is the bread and butter of OlliOlli World, and fortunately, it remains consistently compelling all the way through. Of course, this score-chasing system wouldn't really work well if the level design wasn't there to keep it interesting, and OlliOlli World manages to keep its level feeling fresh and dynamic. New stage gimmicks like wall running are introduced at a gradual pace to ease you in the complexities of the trick system, while hazards are thrown at you in a way that feels natural and engaging. In many ways, each stage feels like its own roller coaster, packed to bursting with twists and turns, peaks and valleys, and all manner of exciting obstacles that you can earn a lot of trick points if you know what you are doing. It all comes at you so fast. As you blaze your way down rails and sail high over the environment on launches, you can hardly catch your breath before the next major ramp or wall comes rushing to meet you. There's a lot more to do in a given stage than just seeing it through to the end. Nearly every level has branching paths you must choose at a moment's notice, with the default route usually being the easy one, while the detour is typically a gnarly route that has much higher score potential, but is harder to survive. In addition to this, there are 3 challenges to each stage, where one of your friends tasks you with hitting certain thresholds throughout your run. Perhaps you need to pull off a specific advanced trick every time you launch in front of a group of seagull men, or maybe you need to ensure that you book every inflatable cat in the level. These extra challenges can add some nice replayability to each stage as they dare you to fully explore your trick repertoire and to push you to engage with some stage hazards in unconventional ways. Beyond these challenges, there are also 3 score thresholds set by locals in each level that you can try to beat, with the best of these often requiring you to chain together some seriously impressive combos. Having all these extra little side elements in a level helps to give OlliOlli World a more rounded, complete feel to it. It's always about skipping to the best of your ability, but these little sub-objectives provide concrete goals to hit while possibly teaching you more about the nuances of high-level play. And completing them is always rewarded with more merit for your character, who can be outfitted with new clothes and skateboard types as you clear challenges and grow your pile of loot. In many games, this kind of extra content can often feel like padding to extend the total number of hours you will spend with a game. But OlliOlli Worlds does a good job of giving you worthwhile extra goals to hit in exchange for a little reward. Those of you who like to get competitive will be pleased to note that, as with previous games, there's an asynchronous multiplayer component to keep you on your toes. Every level has a global leaderboard which you can use to check up on your friends' performances too. But the real meat is found in Nirvana League. Here, you're grouped into small leagues of 10 players who all are given one day to get the highest score they possibly can on the same randomly generated level. Placing high enough in your league will see you ascending to the next rank when the day is over. And you can win some sweet rewards if you make it through enough leagues before the season ends, and kicks everyone back down to bronze again while offering up new prizes. It's a tight and challenging gameplay, a high skill ceiling, dozens of hours of content, and remarkably stylish sense of presentation combined to make this release you absolutely don't wanna miss. It's an easy recommendation to pretty much any Switch owner, especially those who are easily roped in by score-chasing releases or super hard platforming. OlliOlli World is a shining example of the distinct kind of innovation and quality that can come from inspired indie game studios. So the choice of this game is addictive gameplay, high skill ceiling, load of content, stellar art style and soundtrack. The only cons is loading times can be a little long. If I were to name any complaint with OlliOlli World, and we're really having to reach here, it's that the loading screens can sometimes feel a bit much. Performance is otherwise smooth throughout, whether dock or handheld, but every time you load into or out of a level, it feels like the loading screens hang around for a little longer than is ideal. They certainly aren't boring, however, as you will be treated to different styles of a random online player's avatar mid-trick, potentially offering you some inspiration of how to keep out your own character. If you learned something new today, please don't forget to click the like button. You can also share this video with your friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to click the subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it, so you'll be notified as soon as I upload a new video. Thanks for watching!